This first game, can I know who's on which side? Which side is which team? Because, I don't know. Oops. Hey, I cannot post. Okay. Athos' team is Crimson Abyss. So, Crimson Abyss on the right side, Crash Gamers Inc. on the left side. We're going to do the chat bans. Okay. It looks like Pantheon is going to be our first ban. Move my thing around on my screen. No, not that button. That's not right. Bad caster. Click the correct scene. I won't be able to read Twitch chat too much, except for in between games, because in order to read the Twitch chat, I have to do something horrible, like this, which, I mean, that's... no one wants to see that. They just want to see the game screen. So, that's why I might be a little bit less interactive than normal. Looks like Teemo and Twisted Fate. Pantheon being banned here initially. Pantheon, global map presence because of Grand Skyfall, brings us down to the table. Lots of attack damage. Good, solid character to have in this game mode, especially because of Grand Skyfall. Gives him that extra map presence that other characters do not have. Teemo. Teemo has... oh, did they get Ezreal? Did they do Ezreal also? Oh, yeah, okay, so Ezreal also. Ezreal is a safe and pretty popular AD carry in this mode. He also has a global map presence because of True Shot Barrage. We have Teemo and Twisted Fate being banned as well. Teemo, map presence all over. Another global map presence character. Why? Because he can put Noxious Traps anywhere that he wants to on the map. So there's that global presence from him as well. He brings a blind to the table, lots of magic damage, good map control as well. And Twisted Fate banned as well. Twisted Fate, another character, global map presence, brings a lot of stun to the table. His crowd control is pretty rockin'. Maybe 4 to 5 seconds between each one with a lot of cooldown reduction. I mean, Twisted Fate can really keep people shut down. Long range poke with wild cards. It's good stuff. We're seeing Tristana banned as well. Tristana is a character that we've seen in feed from Payzone and Child Support deploy very, very well in competition. Her range gets really long. She's pretty safe as well because of Rocket Jump. Kassadin can roam, great assassin, good at chasing, engaging from out of nowhere because of Rift Walk. Heimerdinger. Heimerdinger makes for a good pusher. He also makes for a good delay on a tower. A lot of magic damage. Very gankable though, but if you let him set up shop, you're going to need 2 people to unseat him unless you can burst him all the way down. Jarvan being banned as well. Jarvan, one of the most popular characters in all of Dominion. Line effect, airborne. He has a line effect. No, not that button. There we go. Line effect AoE airborne. He can spawn terrain as well. Kha'Zix, another great assassin to single target damage. That's absolutely outrageous. And because of evolved wings, he can leap over walls other characters cannot cross. And Vi being banned as well. Vi brings an armor reduction to the table, which means she synchronizes very well with other attack damage characters. And her ultimate is very nice. Master Yi being picked up. Now, the last couple of weeks, Master Yi was banned out a lot. He was really running the show. And we haven't really gotten to see a lot of him in competition, but he has been cleaning up. Those rework changes seem to be doing a lot of good for that champion. So seeing him as a first pick, not too surprising that someone would choose him, but as a first pick, I don't know. We don't typically see him picked up that early, but nonetheless, he is locked in for that team. Athos' team is Crimson Abyss. I'm going to forget that, so I'm going to write that into the XSplit scene right now. I see Renekton and Rammus as well. Renekton tends to be a little bit of a shorter range character. Makes for a great dive because of his ultimate. Brings a stun to the table. He does do a lot of damage as well. Although it is kind of easy to get distance on him, and it's sometimes difficult for Renekton to close. Rammus is an amazing character in this game mode because extremely high mobility, extremely high durability. Durable and delay is the way Dominion works. You want to be able to delay on a point for as long as possible to keep control of it, and you want to be durable as well, because there's going to be a lot of skirmishes that happen throughout the map, and you don't want to get burst down quickly by anyone, and then have your team get into a lopsided engagement. Puncturing Taunt, great. Puncturing Taunt plus Renekton, I can see the potential for a lot of damage there. However, both those characters do tend to struggle a little bit at engaging. They don't really have any sort of snap, jump-in engagement. Rammus needs direct line of effect because he has to roll up with that power ball. He has to, like, walk up and deliver that Puncturing Taunt or the airborne. And Renekton, same thing. He does have a short-range dash, but there's characters with significantly better engage than he does. But I do see those two champions being a pretty good combo. And we're seeing Malphite and potentially Shen those guys being highlighted. Malphite's a character that used to be extremely popular in this game mode because of his AoE attack speed reduction. He's a very durable character as well. AoE airborne is nice. He has a slow. He's a good tank. Brutal strikes means if people get piled up on a tower, then he can really dish out some hurt. But for the most part, it's the attack speed reduction and that airborne that are just amazing about him. You put him up against an AD team and they tend to suffer a little bit. He's really good against characters like Jax and Pantheon and some of the other old guard of Dominion, Jax, Pantheon, J4, Nocturne, stuff like that. We're seeing Shen as well. Shen is a character who has global map presence because of Stand United. It does have a little bit of a long cooldown though, and that's especially noticeable here on the Crystal Scar. It is a very, very useful ability, and his crowd control is great. His taunt is amazing. Like Shadow Dash, or Shadow Crash? Shadow Dash is... I can just click on it, guys. See, this is the trick. If you don't know what a skill is named, bam, you just go here and you highlight over it. What? Never not know an ability name again on camera, because you can just click on them and you can just mouse through and see. We can learn these ability names together, guys. Yeah, Shadow Dash is great because of the energy return. So the more people he hits, the more effective Shen is. He has a shield, Vorpal Blade, gives sustain to his team. Shen's a very, very good character, but he doesn't really get a lot of use out of his ultimate in this particular game mode, which, well, that hurts when you don't have that. On the other side, we were seeing a Lucian highlighted, but I guess we're not going to see him this game. Lucian, the newest champion, the newest addition to the League of Legends champion roster. Now, we are sitting at 115 champions in the game. It's pretty cool. We're on our way to 120. When we get to 150, there's a Pokemon joke that I'm not going to make. We're seeing Jace and Jax. Jace, long-range poke, very good. He's a good brawler as well. Has a great disengage with to the skies. And Jax. Jax is one of the better duelists in the game. Like, there's just no simpler way to put it. Jax is a great duelist. He can do a lot of damage. AoE stun's nothing to sneeze at. Over on the other side, we're seeing Udyr and Wukong. Overall, is sort of disturbing lack of AP. This could turn to Thornmail bait. Udyr. A lot of people know Udyr in Dominion from much older Dominion, Jaja Udyr bottom lane. Udyr was recently reworked, and we still didn't really see any real upsurge in him being picked in competitive play, at least not in the games that were streamed anyway. So to be able to see him in a game is going to be pretty nice. There have been a lot of adjustments made to him, and I don't know how those fit in too well into the Crystal Scar yet, because I don't have a lot of experience, neither do many other people. So we'll have to see how that plays out. However, we're seeing a Wukong. Wukong, armor reduction, AoE airborne. His initiation is pretty reliable and easy to deliver, so that's a good thing to keep in mind. Wukong is a great champion. If you own him, then you should play some Dominion, because, man, he really shines over here, especially decoy use in this map. Because the smaller jungle-like pathways, they're a lot more narrow, there's a lot more brush in there. You can do a lot more with decoy in this game mode than you could in any other one, I think. And decoy use is what separates the good Wukongs from the great Wukongs. Over on the other side, we are seeing, in Elise, someone has remembered that spell damage does exist in this game. Elise is a good champion, durable, brings a stun to the table. Repel, good for chasing and sticking to people, or good for just hiding and dodging really horrifying abilities. Like, let's say Wukong and Master Yi are there. Let's say Wukong is in Highlander. You just hide in the sky with that Repel. Because you just wait out that Highlander for a little bit, drop back down, no problem. This is DominateDominion.com League of Legends Dominion Tournament number 71. We've been doing this for quite a long time. And remember, September 26th will be Dominion's birthday. So there's going to be a special 24-hour live stream for that I highly encourage everyone to check out. And I'll have more info about that as time goes on here. If someone wants to link the thread in the chat, the Day of Dominion 24-hour live stream, it's on the League of Legends forums and the Dominion sub-forum. You can check it out there for more information, and I'll talk about it throughout the event here. I want to say thank you to Dominate Gaming for putting on this event, and they're a pretty cool organization that do a lot of neat things. We have an in-game chat channel. You're probably wondering what that is down here in this bottom left corner and how you can get involved with us. The chat channel actually full right now, unfortunately. Sorry. But for anyone out there watching the VODs, or anyone that wants to remember this for later, the channel maxes out at 199 people. It does not go above that for some reason. Riot, get on that, man. We would love to have more people in this chat channel. But in order to join a custom chat channel, if you guys aren't aware, go down to the lower right-hand corner of your screen. click on View Chat Rooms control panel. Go up, click Create or Join a chat room. It's right above it. And then you type in DominateDominion, and then you hit Enter. And then we'll put you over here in this chat channel with all the rest of us in the Dominion community. And you go up to this little gear at the top, you click Show Timestamp so you know when the last message was posted, and you click Auto Join on Startup. Auto Join on Startup means every time that you start up League of Legends, you'll be thrown into the chat channel automatically without having to type in the info to do it. Very, very convenient. Moloko Dude knows I'm casting, he knows I'm on the stream, so I'm assuming this is going to be safe to click. If it's not, well, he's a mod and I can't ban him from the Twitch chat. Yeah, we have an overflow channel as well, guys. If the main channel does get a little bit too full, we have a second one, so we can go ahead and populate that up too, as well, and fit as many people as we can into these chat channels. But there you go. So if you want to hang out, that is the place to do it. Look at these two team comps. I don't see a lot of AP for Crash Gamers' side. Not a lot of AP over there. One AP champion. This smells like Ninja Tabby and Thornmail. Smell that? It smells like apple. And that's what Ninja Tabby and Thornmail smell like. Maybe. I can't confirm or deny that. We'll be going into this game in just a minute. Interesting thing to note is there's revives on one side, there's not revives on the other side. And if you guys are not familiar with revive, well, there's a little bit of information. This information is 2 weeks out of date, so don't pay attention too much to these numbers in the lower right-hand side. The percentage win rates, they have not been updated for the last 2 weeks. So, but everything else that you see on there really explains why this is such a good spell to have, and why it is so damn powerful in this game mode. Just look at how much useful stuff is here. Revive counters revive, movement speed is good, helps you save a tower, bonus health, reinforcements at windmill. Great ability to have. I'll be loading into the game in just a moment here. I want to thank you guys for coming out. This is the DominateDominion.com League of Legends Dominion Tournament number 71. I'm Gandair. I'm casting by myself right now. Rheingold River is casting a Summoner's Rift tournament right now. She will be joining us when that is over. Remember, she does do work with both game modes and both maps, so if you enjoy some Summoner's Rift, you can check out her work in that field as well. You can follow her on Twitter at Rheingold River. You can follow me on Twitter, my gaming clan, Vato Clan, at Vato Clan on Twitter. You can check it out over there. And let's go ahead and put these names in. Is this the left side one? Yeah. So this is going to be left side. It's going to be Crash Gaming Inc. And the second one is going to be Crimson Abyss. I like the word Abyss. It makes me very, very happy. Abyssal Scepter, Shining Abyss, The Abyss, Abysmal Scepter. Look at these two teams. We have Crash Gamers Inc. on the top side, Slinky008 as Master Yi, Apex X Prodigy as Malphite, Reaper445 as Shen the Shadow Man, playing as Udyr, and Heatliz631 playing as Wukong. And the other team, Crimson Abyss, Athos playing as Renekton, Crusher603 playing as Rammus, My Target Games playing as Jace the Trash Cat. I love that name. Best name in this whole game. The Trash Cat playing as Jax, and Epic Mensch playing as Elise. Again, I am one out of one of your commentators for this particular game. Probably not for this whole tournament, though. I should be having someone joining me to co-commentate after this game is over. And this is the round of 32 game of the DominateDominion.com League of Legends Dominion Tournament number 71. Now, I have run out of things to say, and the game has not quite loaded in yet. But if you like the organization, you want to get involved with it yourself, guys, this is free to play in. If you want to play some games of Dominion, you want to win some RP, maybe get your game cast by us, then I have to mess with my video, guys. Give me just a moment. Where is my button for this? Button? Where are you? Here we go. No, not that one. This one. Aha! Does that fit right?
Welcome to the Crystal Skull.
Let me see. Does that fit correctly? Yes, it does. Look, guys. It's correct. You should see it on my screen. It looks wacky on my screen. Sorry for the little oddities in the commentary. Again, I have a little bit of a resolution difference. This tournament this week is going to be at 720p, 30 FPS, a little bit different than what I usually like to bring to the table. Actually, can I go ahead and full screen this? Will that destroy anything? It does destroy things on my end. Well, darn. There we go. Oh. Okay. I was gonna get directed camera for just one moment while I check the tab over. Okay, cool. There we go. Okay, so both teams heading on up towards the upper part of the map. Yi leading the charge, Shen behind him. Looks like Rammus is going to be one of the first ones to meet them up at the top. A little bit of poke coming around from Jace, and immediate engage from Jax. Jax jumping into the fight right away. Start that fight. Decoy out. However, the tower does reveal stealth. That's a very important thing to note. It feels like my sound is really loud. I can't fix that quite yet. Shot coming across from Jace does pick off Wukong. Good shot there. Master Yi goes down as well. Reaper 445 getting low on health. Trash Cat is retreating away. And Shen defeated during the Shadow Dash. Malphite up here by himself at the moment is going to be taken down. It looks like Rammus going in for the taunt or the crowd control. Nope, not necessary. Jace is able to secure that kill. After the game, let me know how the audio balance is, guys, because I feel as if the game sound might be just a little bit louder than I am, but I can't tell at the moment. Epic bench down in the bottom lane. Elise versus Udyr, which means it's all AD up at the top part of the map. I don't see any hint or inclination that Shen or Malphite is going to go AP for any reason. Once in a while we do see an AP or AD Malphite, but they're pretty darn rare. It's not common by any means. Malphite is going to be a little bit slow to get in this fight. Good shot by Jace, leading that accelerated shock blast right into Wukong. Now, in this particular moment, they are fine on this tower by themselves. However, Malphite is on his way here. Malphite not 6 yet, but should be shortly. Actually, gonna have to wait out for a couple minutes before they, before he actually has that. Another shock blast out. Good shot again, once more from Jace. That poke from Jace, very powerful. It's one of the reasons why he's such a strong character on this particular map. And you see, being turtled up on the tower like this, minions are being just driven into the point, which will slowly chip it away towards neutral if you sit there for too long. So you do have to get out and get active. Renekton is taunted by Shen, takes some damage for his troubles, and just continues to dive through, dies, unfortunately. Jace, Shock Blast, hits all 4 members of the enemy team, does a little bit of damage. He decides to move in and engage, Master meditating in the back of the fight, and Rammus retreating over towards the tower. Renekton does have his revive available, opting not to use it right now, it looks like. He does have that, and oh! Well, that would explain a little bit. Looks like there has been a disconnect. Now, this game, if it was properly made in tournament draft, should see a pause here. But if we don't, then it's going to be pretty easy for Crash Gaming Inc. to start turning this around. So they're going to pick up the Windmill in the bottom lane. Udyr is still a little bit lower on health compared to Elise. Elise still looks to be doing just fine. And I'm really expecting a pause, but I don't think we are. It doesn't look like we're going to get one at the moment. Rammus rolls on up towards the upper part of the map. Now, it is possible to win a 4v5 in Dominion, but it is exceptionally rare. There's the pause that I was looking for. Excellent. So it looks like it was a connection error or something with Renekton. So as soon as he is back, I will bring things back to you guys. There we go. And yes, Ezreal was banned in the pre-game chat lobby, for anyone that is wondering. No poke coming out from Crash Gaming Inc., which is another important thing to note. It's really hard to siege up against a tower when there's no... If you know that there's not going to be any poke on the other side, you can just stand off of it and just chip away at them until they have to leave. Walrusy in the Twitch chat, just wait until the later rounds. Man, we have Clueless and Payzel and Child Support around, and they are amazing. They are your top people. This is the first round of the tournament, and round of 32 game, we have a couple of brand new teams. Looks like Athos has reconnected. Go back over to the thing. Let's go ahead and move this up if I can. I don't know if Pex is actually playing today or not, but I remembered seeing them on the list. And it looks like both teams are back now. Just waiting to make sure he's connected. And there we go. So we are back. Renekton is back. They did lose the windmill in that exchange because of the little bit of a slow pause there. But there's still going to be plenty of time for them to recover that. They still have a lot of Nexus health to play with. And the deficit's only 40 points. So we have quite a while. And it looks like they're going to cut around for the refinery here. Jace is going to break away for that. And when you're towered up like that, when you're turtled up on that tower, you're going to have to break that defense up to send someone down here. And not going to be able to get the interrupt on Jace, unfortunately. So now Shen has to deal with that. And another pause.
A summoner has disconnected.
Renekton, a champion who's powerful. He's so strong that his connection cannot handle him. Like, whoa! There's Renekton in this game. I don't have enough bandwidth for this. There are no other games to hop to. This is the only round of 32 game that we have.
A summoner has reconnected.
And he's back! It takes a long time to fit Renekton's commands through the internet. He has that giant axe thing. I'm not actually sure what it's called. So he has reconnected. We're just waiting for the unpause to occur. And we'll get right back into this game. Points tied at 2-2 right now. 423, Nexus health to 453. Can you please turn your chat open? Can you please phrase that in a form of the sentence that uses correct grammar? Because I'm not sure what you're referring to. If you're talking about the in-game chat, like the player all chat, or if you mean like the client chat, I'm not sure what you're referring to there, sir. Now, it is important to note that they do have revives going for them. Hello, Sagashi in the Twitch chat. Thanks for coming and checking us out today. Thanks for watching the stream. In-game chat. No, we do not turn on in-game chat, unfortunately. I'm sorry about that, DPS mistakes, because sometimes the guys in-game do say some inappropriate things. So we do keep the all chat closed. It's not something we typically show on the screen during a tournament anyway. So. And let me go ahead and kick the overlay back over because it has been a little bit of a pause, and I don't want them to. Yeah, Harry Trees. Hey, welcome to the broadcast. There's pause. You know, unfortunately. But yeah, two newer teams in this game, and Renekton having some connection issues. Unfortunately, one of them, a team not having any revives. We're seeing a lot of ghosts and other things from them, but no revives on one side versus a team with revives. And, well, guys, if we know anything about revive win rates, if you look at the bottom right corner of this image, well, teams without revive do not win very often against teams that do have revive. So it looks like Renekton may be back. I want to see the pause timer countdown. I will kick us back over to the game screen. It's not even Comic Sans, know what I'm saying. It is a font that is called Playtime with Hot Toddies. Not Comic Sans at all. Learn to fonts. I mean, both teams are typing at each other. Now, I don't get mad. I just really like that font. Like, I really like it a lot. It's so fun and playful. And we are back in the game. No, not that button. This button. Buttons. How do they work? Okay, here we are. Over the top, Wukong having to retreat from that. Jace is able to pick up the kill against him. It's Apex Prodigy by himself on the top point. Shen is going to stand united into the fight. He comes down immediately. Shadow crashes through. A little bit slow to get the interrupt on Jace, but still okay. Tower is not neutraled yet. Jack's going for the capture on it. Takes a Vorpal Blade for his troubles. Interrupts, but the minions are there to pick up the pieces of that. Reaper 445 by himself. Rammus on his way back up to the top. And they're going to lose that point. The point being turned around. They did pick that up while Athos was disconnected. But now the fight has been turned around. Mastery up here by himself. Oh, maybe wanted to dive and go for the cleanup there. But no, not quite. And looks like Slinky, no. Too much crowd control. Puncturing taunt from Rammus and the stun from Jax. And now, oh, Malphite, there we go. 1 airborne, 2 airbornes. Good combination from those two champs. Great mix-up on them. Rammus having to retreat away, has Tremors active for the extra chip damage, but is going to be defeated. Trash Cat now, looking to be the second one to fall, does not land that other counter-attack fast enough. Jace doesn't connect with Wukong, unfortunately. And there's the decoy. A lot of that damage being spent on him, so Jace does not have those cooldowns to apply to Malphite. Shen comes in with the Shadow Crash. Renekton picks up the killing blow against Wukong. Shen by himself has to delay. They want to buy time for Master Yi to get there. Malphite being picked off, but I don't think Shen's going to be able to do that, unfortunately. Slinky does arrive, but it's a little bit late in the fight now. And he's going to go ahead and Highlander. He's not going to be able to make a play out of it, unfortunately, though. And in the bottom lane stuff. Spirit Guard Udyr's wing arms are feathers. Hello, Stiff Tacos. Thanks for coming out to the broadcast. Middle of the map, Master Yi is able to pick up the Storm Shield. Hits that speed relic, groups up with his allies, and once again, they're in vision. Now, since they can see that they are here, Shen knows, hey, I know where they're all at. I'm going to break off to their side. I'm going to try and backcap. Rammus is aware that Shen's there. Turns around, takes the long way. Shen is going to be able to get there, but that is going to take Shen and Rammus away from any potential fight that occurs in this upper part of the map. Malphite getting a little close there. Oh dear. And oh, the Highlander in from Alpha Strike in, excuse me, from Master Yi. Trash Cat with the stun on him as well. Slinky, his health just plummeting, has to retreat from that fight, meditate, heal himself a little bit before he can turn around and want to re-engage. Shen rejoin the fight up top, bringing Rammus in behind him. And Rammus could go for the Storm Shield in the center of the map. Rammus could go for a gank bottom or for a back cap. Bottom lane completely unharassed this entire game. Airborne from Wukong starts the fight off. Wukong is going to die, unfortunately. And where's that last hit on Jace? It's nowhere to be found. He is going to be able to get away from that. Looks like he's going to go for the quick recall to try and get out as soon as he can and come back at full health and mana. And Reaper 445 looking low on health as well, but he is a Shen, is picked off by Rammus there. And Master Yi, that is a Rammus. I would not hit him if I were you. Master Yi escapes with only 40 some odd hit points. And still in control of the tower. Bottom lane still unharassed. No one has tried to make a gank for the bottom lane at any point. Maybe Jace. Is Jace going to break the cycle? My target game's on Jace. Looks like he's heading down the lower part of the nope. Just kidding. Now, bottom lane, it's actually really important to gank the bottom lane. You want to put some sort of pressure down there. You want to punish the other, the champion on the enemy team for getting too far out across the map on one side or the other. Like, you want to be involved down there. You don't just want to let them farm, because you can't really make plays off of that. I mean, yes, you can stalemate and then rely on winning engagements up top, but it's really easy to throw the game into a different type of momentum by starting a fight down there. And once again, Master Yi having to retreat as quickly as he possibly can. His health getting slowly dying, unfortunately, and Shen being forced back out of the fight as well. See Malphite with the Rileys and with the upgrade Ninja Tabby already. Rammus moving around up at the top is going to take that health relic. Wukong wants to come around from the side, not going to be able to do so, unfortunately. Jace is where he's there. Reaper 445 just a little bit too weak. Doesn't want to get too close and get picked off, unfortunately. And we are going to see Malphite hit his ghost, something that we don't normally see, but he's really not getting anything out of that ghost that he just used. Jace's character that we do see banned a lot. We see him picked a lot as well. And sometimes we just don't see him at all. But he is a banned champion often. So being able to see him perform in this game, you see the poke that he's been able to do all game long has been very, very nice. Not as strong as he used to be, unfortunately. And Jace responding to Wukong being over at the drill is going to use his ghost to get there as quickly as possible, and is able to connect with that shock blast. Lands a little bit of damage there as well, being revealed by the tower. Wukong's decoy not as useful. Up at the top, Mash G, a little bit of poke there. Jax is able to connect with the stun. Airborne from Malphite, though. A lot of crowd control coming out from both sides. And Athos does use the ultimate, though, but it feels like it came a little bit late in that fight, unfortunately. Jace just dives onto this. The offensive garrison down, making it easy for them to engage Jace without taking a lot of damage. It has worn off now, though, and the tower is going to help pick off Shen. Unfortunately, it's going to be defeated. Point neutralized now. It's up to Renekton to buy time for Jax to get here, unless Renekton can take care of this on his own. I'm not confident he can yet. Look at his health lower now. Not a lot of rage going for him at the moment. Jax is able to catch up with Master Yi and chase him away. Grandmaster's Might is active, does reduce a little bit of the damage he took from that Seismic Shard. Takes down that minion. He hates minions. Loves dollars. Gonna leap strike over to that other one. And oh dear, slowed. Jace trying to keep up with him, wants to close in on Malphite. There's going to be the Stand United. It's going to deliver Shen into the fight. But Shen in the fight, there's only one person's damage to really follow up with this, and that is Wukong's. However, they are turning around and retreating towards the tower anyway. See, Prodigy still low on health. Has mana, though. Can do some work still. Does not have his Unstoppable Force available at the moment, though. Both teams kind of turtling up. Udyr, leaving his lane, is going to go pick up the Storm Relic, and he's just going to head back on down to the bottom lane. Top part of the map, engagement happening once again. Ex-Prodigy's Malphite is defeated, and Reaper 445 falls immediately. Not too often is it that you see the two tanks fall first in the fight, and Wukong really can't do anything to that by himself, so he is going to run away. And bottom lane has not been terribly active at all. You look at Udyr and Elise at the bottom of the score overlay there. A lot of hands-off play in that bottom portion of the map. And blue just really has not. The blue team, they haven't really been able to get anything going for them so far this game. It's been very, very unfortunate. Crash Gaming Inc. not having done so well. So currently Crimson Abyss is ahead. And unless they can get something rolling here, they're not gonna make it through this game. Red team score. Master Yi coming down. There is going to be a gank. 13 minutes into the game on the bottom lane. Elise repels up. Renekton comes down here to respond to that. And it looks like she's going to go for the stun on Udyr. Renekton is going to close in. Now, Udyr has built up a lot of magic resistance right now, but he doesn't really have a lot of armor going for him. So Aethus should be able to take him out if he can engage. Master Yi does get picked off, unfortunately. Udyr, though, with that turtle stance, he's going to take some damage from Athos here. Athos using the ultimate has that active, which is going to help him out as well. But looks like Udyr with the stun and that sustain is going to be able to survive down here for just a little bit longer. Or is he going to turn around, he's going to go back for it. Sees that Athos is taking damage pretty well, wants to get involved with that. It's just going to be a question of who can press their buttons first, potentially, except Wukong now going down for the bottom lane. This could be one Nimbus Strike away from disaster. No, he's going to go for the capture instead. Not sure how I feel about that. Elise has a stun. Renekton also has a stun as well that used a lot of his decoy time, so wasn't able to get a lot of distance away, and Wukong taken out very, very easily. Renekton is going to dash in, take out some of those minions, stop the damage that is on the tower. Jace and Malphite having a little bit of a disagreement up here in the top part of the map, and Rammus is not going to be able to connect with Malphite the way that he wanted to. Stun on Master Yi. Oh dear, at least doing a lot of damage to Master Yi. Are we going to see the repel follow-up? Yes! Is he going to be taken down, however? The Alpha Strike hides him for just a moment, and nope. Not able to escape. Defensive Garrison active on that top. Defensive and offensive Garrison both active at the same time, something you don't see too often. Apex Prodigy low on health. Stands outside the edge of the fight now. Can only really throw shards in to do any harass, because if he gets too close to either one of these guys, it's going to be game over. And Jax with the Leap Strike is going to be able to pick him off. And that point, that top point, has been completely immovable. In the bottom lane, well, Udyr has an assist, and at least has a couple kills. But overall, not a lot going on there. Wukong moving in towards the middle of the map. Jax coming down around through the vision. Now, if Jax had gone through the jungle, he would have been able to engage Wukong a lot easier. Wukong would not have been able to see him coming and could have broken off earlier. Hey, Rammus, that's Master Yi. You almost got him, but he got away. In the bottom part of the map, Elise taking some damage is going to use the repel to finish off Heatless. No, unfortunately, Wukong is going to use that crushing blow and say, hey, Elise, I do not believe in Spider. Jackson on his way down has that Grandmaster's Might activated. Leap strikes in for Wukong, starts the fight, gets the stun against Master Yi, and look at Master Yi's health. Nowhere to be found. Leap strike in, finishes him off. Jax, great character for this particular game mode. See him with that Sheen really helping out a lot with the sustained damage when he has that item. You're actually going for a little bit of a hybrid build, something we don't see too often. Now, the Sheen is an item that we see him pick up, but we haven't seen a Hextech Gunblade on Ajax in quite some time. Looks like he's going to go in for Udyr as well, but I think Udyr is prepared.
Red team captured the refinery.
Udyr, 0 in Tiger Stance. Not something that we see every day. Looks like Elise starting the fight against him now. The Shadow Man's health actually starting to fall here. Has to hit that turtle stance. Is going to be able to get chased away from the bottom part. Now, he doesn't die, which is good to protect his tower, but unfortunately, he didn't get to take the enemy tower either. And Refinery was neutral briefly. Now, if they ride this momentum, if they go up to the top and sweep Jax off the windmill, then they'll be able to turn that around and have a point and be able to stall the game. But they did make that play immediately. Immediately. There we... No. Immediately. Play. So the window of opportunity they had to sweep that, completely gone now. Now with Rammus and Jace at the fight, this is a terrible engagement for them to be in. If they did not sweep that point there, then they weren't going to have the opportunity to get it. Shen trying to use the Stand United, not working out very well, unfortunately. The options were try to sweep Jax off the tower and take it, or recall, heal up, and then go back and meet up for an even engagement and try to win that. They chose to do neither. They stalled out, and they just used up a lot of time that they could have had to make a play with, unfortunately. And not able to capitalize on that. They are going to lose the game. And this means that Crimson Abyss is going to advance on to the next round. It was a very different kind of game than we normally see. Not that button. There we go. Let's take a look at the post-game screen for that. Here's your items. Here is your Udyr. Now, Udyr had a lot of MR up front, started going to armor later. Not a lot of offense coming out of him, unfortunately. And then going over to the graph section. Take a look at damage dealt to champions. Jace leading the charge with 26,000 damage dealt during that game. And Malphite actually doing a fairly respectable amount of damage, I guess. He actually outdamaged Wukong slightly. So, I guess nothing to sneeze at there. But with Malphite and Shen, they just never really got any engagements. Like Master Yi, they always immediately focus Master Yi and force him out of the fight or kill him. And then Shen and Malphite just didn't have the follow-up really to close out the fight. And Master Yi was a great finisher with Alpha Strike and Highlander. And unfortunately, we didn't get to see any of that this game. Let's go ahead and take a look and find out who the graveyard hero of this game is. Oh. It's definitely not Udyr. It is Wukong, 189. Okay, I'm going to go dig up another game from the yard, and I'm going to bring it back to you in just a moment here, as soon as I find out which one is that I am commentating.